Hi everyone, it's Muhsinah. I am Dr. Muhsinah Morris, the director of Morehouse in the Metaverse, the world's first global metaversity. And I want to talk to you about my new podcast, Beyond Reality. This podcast is about my trek in STEM. It's about me being a woman in STEM. It's about me being a technologist and an innovator. And when I think about the mechanism by which I've been able to share with the world through extended reality and education and chemistry, I am so blessed to have experienced the journey that I have. But I realize that there are some blockages and there's some things that are really prohibiting us, just humans, from realizing our true potential. And so Beyond Reality is a little bit about technology, and it's a little bit about real life, and it's a little bit about personal journeys of triumph. And I really want to get into the weeds of that. So what triggered this particular episode? Episode 1 that I didn't think would be episode 1, but this episode is about sisterhood in STEM. So today, I received a message from a STEM gem, I'll call her. Thanks, Stephanie XP. STEM gem, a young lady who's working on a doctorate in biomedical engineering, and this young lady had been going through a tremendously hard time. I hadn't talked to her in over a year, but she needed something from me. She wanted me to reach out to a contact and see if they could help with her journey. And I thought immediately to myself, how can I help her? And I realized that response isn't always the response that people who are seasoned in their profession have had towards the younger generation of people that are coming up. And I want to change that narrative. And so I started really thinking about what was I missing on my journey, and what are the things that really hurt me. And I'm a problem solver. So thinking about what hurt me along this journey of getting a PhD in biomolecular chemistry, being a Black woman, a wife, a mother, working on a career pathway in academia, trying to carve out a space within my discipline that resonated with the intersections of my life and the things that I felt like were important. There was some real tremendous hurts along the way. Some of those gaps included a lack of mentorship in my life. And no matter who I reached out to, as a Black woman, I never had another Black woman in my discipline take me under her wings and say, I'm going to help facilitate this journey with you, and I'm going to stick with you until I can see you fly and until you reach your goals. And I had been hurt by many mentors who I called mentors, that once I surpassed their expectation of me, they no longer were a part of my village or story. And I felt like that was such a painful process, because I wanted mentorship that looked like me, that maybe had the same lived experiences as me, that could help me understand how to navigate being a wife, a mother, a Black woman in a predominantly white, male-dominated field of chemistry, and then now in technology. So, having been hurt by a lack of mentorship in my actual discipline, I'm grateful for the pivot. even though I was doing exceptionally well for just a regular tier, average, lecturer, professor, I wanted more because I am more. I'm an innovator. I am a change maker. I'm a transformative thinker. I am someone who believes in the hope of humanity, change for the future, for the good of all. And I wanted to be the African proverb, she who learns teaches. And being a woman who learned everything that was necessary to dissect chemistry, I wanted to then make it accessible to others. And I wanted to blaze a trail so wide that my sisters who couldn't find mentorship or people who looked like them who were blazing trails could follow. And honestly, I think that I have done that. What I have not done, and what I hope to do through this podcast and through just expressing myself, is I want to be able to reach those women who need a safe space. Like not a fake space, a safe space. A safe space to be, to breathe, to pray, to listen, to hear, to be heard, to be supported. It is an honor to carve out a path, no matter how lonely this journey has been, and it has been lonely, so that the loneliness that I felt when I am balled up, unable to breathe or think my way out of a new direction, those dark nights of the soul, those empty moments, those wandering, confusing times, trying to extrapolate the system so that I could succeed to take care of my 5 boys who are my legacy, to make sure that my child with autism doesn't have to want. If I can make it where no woman, no man, no child, nobody has to go through those moments, then I will provide the community. And maybe through me providing the community, which is the solution to my hurt, I can heal. And then I thought about why post this podcast if I'm not healed, if I am still healing from my hurt. And the answer is sometimes people need to be a part of the healing process to understand the transformative power and the miraculous power of community, of humanity. And so I pack my tears away for the day, and I make a decision on this day. 1, to post this podcast, these thoughts. 2, to start a mentorship community for my young sisters and brothers who need images of themselves reflected. Someone with a pure heart and a kind spirit, a compassionate heart, whose name is Muhsinah, that means kind, charitable, good doer of God and beneficent, whose middle name Latifah means delicate and sensitive, who will handle this community with care and take care of the needs of the young people who will be the future. And so I offer myself to this community, and we'll devise a mentorship pathway for people coming up in STEM who just need a safe I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to be called, but it is going to exist. And I think through this existence of this mentorship community, of this supportive space, this supportive safe space for STEM professionals, we can change the trajectory of success where you must go through burnout to be revived, where you can get a breakthrough without having to completely pivot and change your life because of hurts and digs and different things, and that you can find your true purpose in this world. So I leave you with this. Welcome to Beyond Reality. We will talk about so many things. I hope that my sharing of my truths helps heal you along your journey. And I also hope that this new, courageous, boldacious, audacious, Beyond Reality podcast can propel me to reach many, many more people who might need just a sounding board, a safe space, or a place to see the beauty of themselves reflected. That I can promise. Thank you for coming. Beyond Reality with Dr. Mom, the molder of minds, the mentor of many, the maven of the metaverse. Thank you. You can follow me at unitethemetaverse.com.